Hello guys, it's Becca here, and I am with Miss Kathy Joe. See my baby? Let me readjust, guys. Give me a minute. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get it where you can see her good. I'm gonna be laying her down in a minute, so I didn't want it to be. Let's do it this way. Let's lower it a little bit. And we'll see how that works. All right. Ugh. How are you all doing today? Hi. I didn't intend to get myself, but here we are. I have Miss Kathy Joe sitting here. Don't just remind you, I don't know if they still do this, of course, because I hadn't been shopping in 3 years. And I don't know if they still do it, but used to, when my kids was little, we would go to Walmart or different stores, and they would have a place set up where you could get your pictures taken, and they would have tables like this with blankets over it for the little kids to sit on. And this is what this reminded me of. And a lot of good memories today is going on because we are here to participate in Toddler Tuesday. Toddler Tuesday. I know you can't see me, but like I said, I wasn't intending for my head to be on here anyway. I wanted you to see Kathy Joe. And when I lay her down to change her, you will see me then. But we're here to do Toddler Tuesday, and today it was hosted by Renee at Renee's Reborns. Now Renee and Sam is her sister, and Sam is from Reborn Love Babies, and they take turns every week. One would do the theme one week, the next week the other one would do the theme. And so this week brought back some memories for me. There we go. Now then. This week's Theme Thursday brought back some memories for me. And I'm going to try not to make this video too long, guys. But I'm going to kind of do like a change in chat as well as participating in Theme Thursday. And so I'm going to go ahead and start getting Kathy ready while I'm talking. But the theme for today is playing in the rain. The gear that you would put on to play in the game in the rain, whatever you would wear to play in the rain. And the alternative theme is bright colors that the Festival of Colors is going on around this time of year. Now, I don't know anything about that. I don't remember ever hearing that. But anyway, it's a nice theme because I love bright colors. I love bright colors. Okay, Kathy, I hope I don't knock my coffee over. Guys, I have my last cup of morning coffee that I'm trying to finish off. But anyway, I'm just going to lay that on the floor. I decided to go with the Playing in the Rain because it brought back memories of when I was a little girl. Now, my kids didn't get to play in the rain as much as I did because things changed over time. When I was a kid, we would have good summer rains where there was no thunder and lightning. I lived in Louisiana when I was a kid, and we'd just get a good summer shower where actually the sun would be shining, but it would be raining. And we could go out and we would play in the rain. And oh, that was so much fun. I loved playing in the rain. It was summer. If you didn't get to play in the rain, it wasn't summer. And um, I just enjoyed it so much. And I wanted my children to be able to experience that too. And they did a few times. But by the time I had my children, it got, and I guess the area we lived or what, because we moved to Mississippi. And that's where I was living when I got married and had my first son. And then, of course, even when we was in Louisiana, after my son was born, he was about 18 months old, hubby and I moved back to Louisiana, not the same place that I lived as a kid, but we did move back to Louisiana. And it's still, there was if they come up rain, there was a lot of thunder and lightning involved in it. Very few times that we had rain that didn't have thunder and lightning in it. And it was those few times that my kids was able to play outside in the rain. And then after we moved back to Mississippi, I don't recall them ever getting to play in the rain. I didn't bring the comb. Hold on, guys. You know it's not my video if I don't forget something. So anyway, I loved it. I loved playing in the rain. Now, to play in the rain, we didn't put on raincoats and galoshes, and I'm just telling you how we did it. We didn't use an umbrella or anything like that. We went outside in our play clothes that we had on, that we was playing in. We just continued to play in the rain and what we had on. So that's what I'm doing, is getting Miss Kathy Jo dressed in her play clothes for today. Although here it's actually a sunshiny day and it's cool outside. There's no way she could play in the rain today if it was to start raining, because it's too cold. But we're talking about good summer days when I was a kid, how we used to have the rain and the sun would shine and it would be warm outside. And when you first got wet, naturally, when those first few wet, raindrops fell on you, it felt chilly, but oh, it was refreshing after playing hard outside and being hot, and it was just so refreshing to play in a nice summer rain. And thank you so much, Renee, for this theme today, because it has brought back memories, and I love recalling fun memories of my childhood, and it was so enjoyable. Now, when I was a kid, we went barefoot in the summer. We hardly ever put on shoes unless we was going somewhere, or I didn't. I don't know. My older sister, guys, let me explain just a little bit about my older sister. I mentioned my older sister, and then I'll mention my younger sister, and I speak more negatively about my younger sister. I don't, that's my sister. I can say what I want to about her, but I don't want you to say anything about her. You know how that goes? You know how that goes? Well, my older sister, the reason I don't mention her a lot negatively is of course, I'm 7 years older than my younger sister. But my older sister was 4.5 years older than me. But her makeup and her, I don't know what word to use there, but we always called her an old lady. Not as being, offensive toward her or anything, but she didn't play a lot. She was more of she was more of a mother figure than a sibling to me. although she was only 4.5 years older than me. She just seemed like an older, an older person. And I don't mean that negatively. It's just that was her makeup. That was, and my mama even always said that Charlotte was born old, and not literally, I mean, she didn't have any condition that she was old, but what I'm just saying, that was just her makeup. She just didn't play a lot. She was just, you know, she was fine with just doing the inside stuff and cleaning the house, and, you know, she just didn't play a lot. I don't recall her playing a whole lot with me. I can recall occasionally she would play dolls with me, but just for a few minutes. She didn't play long. I mainly played by myself until my younger sister was born 7 years later, after I was 7 years old. Yeah. And then she had to grow up some. So, I mainly played most of my childhood by myself. It was like we were three different generations there. But as far as my older sister, I don't know. I don't think negatively about her not really doing anything with me, or I don't know. It's because she's always felt like more of a mother, like an older aunt, and I don't mean that negative, because she's only 4.5 years older than me. But that was just her makeup. So it doesn't bother me. You would think it would be the other way around, with it being 7 years between me and my younger sister. I don't understand it. I really don't understand it. Except for that my older sister doesn't do a lot of the things that I like to do. Like I'm not meaning that negatively. She has crafted some during her life, but it was more like dealing with flowers and making wreaths and things. She paper crafted a little bit, and had started a YouTube channel and showed a few things that she done. But even in that, she mostly like altered items, and our likes and dislikes was so totally different that she just felt more like an older, like a mother or aunt figure to me than a sister. So it doesn't bother me as much when she doesn't participate or interact with me as much as it bothers me when my younger sister doesn't. Now, me and my younger sister, we both like to craft. Sherry does craft differently than me, but she does craft like paper crafting and journalings and things like that. I don't know. Sherry has still, I guess me and Sherry has more of a, Sherry more so than myself. We kind of never really grew up, if you know what I mean. We like to do things. We like to play. We like to Charlotte hardly ever laughs. Even when she says that she's just tickled to death, just laughing, she doesn't laugh like me and Sherry does. She'll just a little bit, and that's it. Where me and Sherry will be almost rolling when we're laughing. And me and Sherry's more alike in those areas. That doesn't make it negative of the way Charlotte is. It actually makes it more negative the way Sherry is, because that causes me to want to interact with Sherry in that type of way more, like in the crafting and the being silly and the talking and the corresponding back into more. And it really bothers me when my younger sister doesn't do that, because she's like me in that area, but yet in another area where I have been forced to be by myself. My sister, that's what she wants. That's what she's always wanted. Before I ever got to the place that I had to learn to just, enjoy being by myself. And now I claim that's what's wrong with me, and I do believe it has a lot to do with my anxiety and my social anxiety and stuff like that, because I've had so many bad experiences with trying to have friendship, because I was always an outgoing type person. And I'm sorry, I don't want this video to be real long, but she's stressed, guys. we're going to put her little green glasses on her. Just look at this beautiful girl while I'm talking, and I'll try to hurry. Um, she's going to wear her green glasses today to go with her outfit. Isn't she gorgeous? I hope I got them straight. I can't tell looking from the side. Let Mama see. There we go. She's just gorgeous. This is the way she's going to go out and play, because this is the way I did when I played in the rain. Just whatever play clothes I had on, I took off outside barefooted, no umbrella, no raincoat, no galoshes. We just took off outside in the rain and played. So Kathy is ready for playing in the rain. But anyway, even in my younger days, whenever I was real active, and I would get anxiety over having to stay home, like I get anxiety now about having to leave home. And you wouldn't, looking at me now, you wouldn't realize that. But if I went 2 or 3 days without being able to get out and go somewhere, I'd nearly go crazy. I couldn't handle it. I just, get me out of this house. Where now, please don't make me have to go anywhere. Please don't tell me I have a doctor's appointment or anywhere that I have to go. I don't want to leave the house. Well, that's the way I was about going somewhere before. And for a little while, excuse me, I mentioned that hubby and I had moved to Louisiana for 7.5 years. Well, that was a couple of 3 or 4 months in that period of time that my younger sister, after she got married, her and her hubby moved to the same town we was living in, actually living in the same trailer park where they was renting a house. At the front of the trailer park, we had a trailer, mobile home, we called it trailer back then. In the trailer park, mobile home park, we was towards the back. Well, actually, we was the last trailer on one side. And it was just a small park, and so I would go and try to get Sherry to go to town with me. Just run to town, go do some shopping in the town that wasn't but like 10, 15 minutes away. She would not ever go anywhere with me. I don't recall one time that she got in the car and went with me somewhere the little while she lived there in Louisiana in the park with us. She just didn't like to go. Even back then, she didn't like to go. She's always wanted to just be at home and do her own thing. Just play. That's all she ever wanted to do was just play. Play with her toys when she was a kid. And, as you get older, your toys grow up with you. You start other things like maybe crafting or playing dolls. Your toys grow up with you as you get older. And so her toys, I don't know what she did back then, because she didn't craft really back then. But she would not go anywhere with me, and I'd get so aggravated at her. I probably could count on one hand the time she come down to my trailer, the 6-month period she lived there. One hand, I could probably count the times she came down to my trailer. But I was constantly going to her house, trying to get her to go places, trying to get her to get out of the bed. She's always been a night owl and slept in the daytime. And it just, I don't know. She has always grinded on my nerves because she won't do things with me. And still to this day, she's the same way or worse. Or worse, if you can imagine being worse. And that's why I mentioned, if I don't text her, and I'm not going to, except for answering anything she says, I've done reached that place. I've been hurt over and over. But if I don't text her, she ain't going to text me. Unless there's something comes up that she wants me to do. What I'm talking about is, in her crafting, she'll decide she wants to get up some kind of club, or she wants to get some kind of project up that other people, do it with her and stuff like that. And I've always, anytime she asked me to do something, whether I wanted to do it or not, I would always do it because she was my sister, And that was a time of being able to have some interaction with her. So I've always done it. Always done it. But after she's 50 something years old now, after all them years of being, as soon as that project was over and she wasn't doing that no more, boom, it was like I didn't exist anymore. You know, she didn't call me, she didn't talk to me, she didn't have anything to do with me. Not that she was mean to me. You know, she wasn't mean to me. And then when we seen each other at get-togethers, you know, it was like nothing. She's just a loner and always has been a loner. But that grinds on me because I've never been a loner until I've had to make myself learn to enjoy being alone. And I feel like it has caused my social anxiety because I've had to work for so many years trying to cope with not having anybody to do anything with. There was a space of time in between all these years in my life that there would be sections of time that there would be people there for me for a space of time, but then it was like they were gone. After a certain amount of time, they were gone. And so when I mention my sister, that's my younger sister and things. Neither one of my sisters are mean to me. Neither one of them dislike me. Neither one of them, is purposely doing anything to hurt me. And I know that. But like I said, my older sister has always just felt like an older mother, mother or an older aunt or whatever. I've never really connected with her in the way of actually just doing things together. You know what I'm talking about? Even though we're closer in age than me and my younger sister. But all through these years, I've had to deal with my younger sister that, she didn't want nothing to do with me. Not in the sense of, I don't want nothing to do with you. No, I'm not meaning it in that way. It was just she was a loner. And so she just, didn't think about even calling me or talking to me or anything like that. And she never put herself out of the way to do anything she didn't want to do. That's a lot like my daddy. That was a lot like my daddy. She just, if she didn't want to do it, she didn't do it. She didn't put herself out of the way for anybody. She did what she wanted to do, and pretty much only what she wanted to do. Now she's had to learn to compromise with being married. You have to compromise to keep a marriage. But with us, or me, she's never went out of the way to do anything that I wanted her to do. But I've always jumped in there. Yes, I'll do it. But just the other day, I hadn't heard from her in months. Just the other day, she texted me. I'm getting my club started back. It's a craft club thing she's got going. I'm getting that started back up. Did you want to join? I just want to find out if you wanted to join it. Before, I would have said, yeah, I'll join, whether I really wanted to or not. Yeah, because she was my sister. But I told her this past time, when she asked me, I said, nah, not this time. And so I have had to learn to just enjoy my own company. And so now I have social anxiety and I don't want to be around people. Although inside I want to, but that anxiety says no, because I've had to make myself learn to just enjoy myself and what I can do in my home. Or, what I can do with myself. How I got on that, I don't know. With all this that I was talking about, I don't know. I'm sorry, guys. I'll have to go back and listen to my video to see why I even got on that subject. I don't know if I was getting to a point to tell you. I have no clue. But I'm fixing to get off of here because I said I wasn't going to have long videos anymore. Huh? Yeah, right. But anyway, I can't come on here and have a chat. Anytime I'm face up here like this and I start chatting, it's going to be long. And I'm sorry. I'm just going to have to go back to just standing at my changing table and changing my babies because I can't keep my videos short. All right, guys. Well, I hope you, like I said, I have no idea the point I was getting to. But anyway, I have enjoyed these childhood memories that's been coming up by the different themes and the different things that's been going on. And I loved playing in the rain. I hope you enjoyed seeing Kathy Joe get ready for her day to play in the rain. So anyway, I'm going to get off here, guys. Hope you all have a great rest of your day. Bye. Kathy's going to go play.